Hey, yo, what's up? So rent is unaffordable for the majority of Americans right now, and let me tell you why. There's just too many inflated necessities that we have um, within America, right? We have, the current, clothing, shelter, water, things like that, which in my opinion should be free, but it's not. And we know those are considered bills, and those are also expensive. Um, the price of groceries, right? When you go in this week, eggs may be $6, and then you go in a couple weeks from now, they may be $9 or $10. And in some parts of different states, the price really varies. But it's very unaffordable right now, man, and rent is the number one. Just think about it. The average American right now has about less than $500 in a savings account. I mean, think about it. How can you save when everything is consistently inflating in price on you? People are working 2-3 jobs, overtime, double time, the whole 9 yards. And it's not enough. So there's a massive disparity. And like I said, they don't even have $500 in the savings account. So with that being said, how do you expect the average American to continue paying rent when they don't have any money left over to pay? And at the same time, look at the other necessities. Like, people have cars, right? They need cars in order to get from point A to point B. And the normal point B for average American is always the job. That's the place that people go the most. That's the place that people spend the time the most. And when you think about the average car note for American is between $500 to $600. $500 to $600. And then when we move over to the amount of rent that we're talking about, depending on where you stay, let's say California, for example, a 1-bedroom in California, you're looking at about $3,500. 2-bedroom, you're looking at about $4,500. 3-bedroom, man, shit, you might as well forget about it. So it's like, where are people getting these extra funds? Rent's $3,500 to $4,500 a month. People are paying $500 and $600 for a car note. The minimum wage out here is what, $18? Come on, man, think about it. That's why so many people continue to project and let everybody know that they're moving out of the country, because rent is just too unaffordable. Everything goes up, but your pay rate stays what? It stays the same. Shit just doesn't add up here. Now, I get it. There's a lot of people that go, well, why don't you just work harder? Right? Don't we get that? Why don't you just work harder? And when you think about that, like, what do you mean work harder? People are working 1, 2, 3 jobs. How much more harder do you have to work in order for the ends to meet? At some point, you just have to sit back and just understand where this is coming from. Like, how could you not have any sympathy for that mother, that father, whether they're in the same household or not, and they got a couple of kids, a few kids, and they're pulling these double time, these overtime shifts, and then when they get paid, they pay the rent, and then they pay the car note, and then they pay the electric and water bill, and then they have to look to the next check because there's nothing left. So it's like, what do you mean you should work harder? People are doing the best that they can with what they have. Why must the powerless be blamed for the things that the higher ups are controlling? Tell me that. It's crazy, man. Like, my grandmother, she rented a house, and I believe at that time it was like the late, I would say like the late 90s, closing into the 2000s, and she was paying $900 a month for rent, and that was for like a 2-bedroom house, and we was in Compton. If you guys don't know where that is, it's in California, and she was paying $900 a month. No, my mistake. She was paying $900 a month for another place in another city. She was paying $1,100 a month in Compton, and I was in the 2000s. So we talking about $1,100 a month in 2000, and now we're at $4,500 for the same damn place and space. Stop blaming this stuff on hard-working people. Do the research. I'm telling you, it's the ones that's doing all the talking in the government. They're making all the changes, but they ain't doing shit. That's all I got for you guys, man. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're battling with this consistent, rent increase. Drop it in the comments. It's the voice of the people.